Sometimes history does not wait to be found. Sometimes it comes to those who are ready to hear its whisper. In 1922, in the very heart of the American Midwest, a group of archaeologists was digging in land that seemed, at first glance, completely ordinary. Fields, hills, scattered trees, the wind carrying the smell of corn. Yet beneath this layer of normality lay a past that America had long forgotten, or wanted to forget. They were working in a place locals simply called the Ancient Mounds. The scientific name, Cahokia. Centuries ago, long before Columbus, there stood a city here, as large as London at the time. Life thrived here. Temples rose, strange rituals were performed, and then it all vanished. That day, a shovel struck something solid. It was neither wood nor stone. A dark glimmer emerged from the soil, but it was not gold. Before them lay a band made from a strange alloy, dark, almost black, with a greenish sheen that seemed to absorb light. It was a crown, or rather a circlet as wide as a man's palm, covered in engraved symbols. None of these markings matched any known writing system. Some looked like star maps, others like creatures unknown to nature. The crown was heavy, as though its metal was denser than ordinary. The archaeologists who held it later claimed to have felt a faint dizziness. One even admitted that he thought the symbols had subtly changed while he was looking at them. The official excavation reports mentioned the discovery, but within weeks the crown vanished. The official version was sent to a research institute. The unofficial, it was taken by men in suits who arrived in Cahokia in black cars. Since then, it has been spoken of only in whispers. Some claim to have seen it at underground auctions. Others say it is locked away in a private collection overseas, and the boldest legends insist the crown was never of this world. And that it is a key to what happened in Cahokia. Cahokia. To most, the name means nothing, but archaeologists know it was once the largest city in North America before European contact, built by peoples whose name we do not even know. Picture it, the 11th to 13th centuries. On what is now Illinois farmland rose giant earthen platforms, mounds, some as tall as an 8-story building. Wooden streets bustled with thousands of people. Traders brought exotic goods from the Atlantic coast and from Mexico. Over the city loomed Monk's Mound, an immense temple complex, the seat of power. Historians still debate who built Cahokia. Some believe it was a local civilization. Others think it was the result of cultural fusion. But all agree on one thing. Cahokia vanished as suddenly as it appeared. The disappearance. By the 14th century, the city was empty. There were no signs of war, fire, or natural disaster. People simply left. Why? Drought? Disease? Social collapse? The legends of Cahokia's descendants speak of darkened skies and the eye watching from the west, after which the Great Council decided to leave the city. What it means, no one knows. The 1922 discovery. In the early 20th century, Cahokia became the subject of serious excavations. That is when the Black Crown was found. It was unearthed in the central mound, in a chamber where archaeologists expected to find a ruler or priest. But instead of human remains, they found a few ceramic vessels, scraps of cloth, and the strange metal circlet. The crown's metal matched neither copper, bronze, nor iron. Laboratory tests, primitive at the time, revealed traces of rare elements not found naturally in the region. The symbols were the most mysterious. Some resembled petroglyphs from Peru, markings from the Nazca Desert, and astronomical signs used by the Sumerians. But no researcher could piece them into a single coherent system. The disappearance of the artifact. Officially, sent to the university for further study. But it was never seen in any archive or museum again. One member of the excavation later recalled that days after the discovery, 2 men in dark suits, with badges showing no organization name, arrived. They politely but firmly requested the artifact for safety reasons. The archaeologists were later asked to sign non-disclosure agreements. Mystical theories. 1. An artifact of celestial origin. The Black Crown might have been forged from meteoric metal, but the symbols, they were not merely decorative. One theory says they are a star map, not of the sky we see today, but of another epoch, or perhaps another world. 2. A ritual gateway object. Some North American shamanic traditions mention a circle of power worn on the head to hear the voices of the stars. Perhaps the crown was part of a ceremony that opened a path to the spirit world or the land of ancestors. 3. The link to Cahokia's mass departure. If legends are true, the Great Council decided to abandon the city when the eye from the west appeared in the sky. Perhaps the crown was connected to this, a warning or a key that led the chosen somewhere else. Modern oddities. In the 1970s, a European collector anonymously listed an item at auction described as ritual metallic circlet from North America, 12th century. The lot was withdrawn at the last moment, and the buyer's identity remained secret. A photograph taken in secret showed a dark metal band with symbols identical to the 1922 descriptions. In 2009, a tourist visiting Cahokia took a photograph of a strange glowing object in the sky, directly above Monk's Mound. In the light among the clouds, a silhouette was faintly visible, round, with protrusions resembling a crown. Today, Cahokia is a quiet archaeological park. The mound stands still, grasses swaying in the wind, the occasional tourist walking along narrow paths. But if you stay until sunset, you may sense that the silence is not quite natural. They say that on certain nights, at the center of Monk's Mound, where a temple once stood, a faint light appears, like the glow of distant stars. One might dismiss it as an illusion, a reflection from the nearby city. But those who have seen it up close claim the light comes from the earth itself, and within it, as in a mist, the outlines of symbols can be seen, the same symbols that adorn the Black Crown. Could the crown still be here, hidden within the mounds, in chambers no archaeologist has yet reached? Or has it long since traveled thousands of miles, locked in the collection of someone who knows its true value? Sometimes it feels as if Cahokia itself is waiting for the return of the artifact that was once a symbol of its power, and perhaps a portal to something greater. For stories like this teach us a simple but unsettling truth. The older the mystery, the deeper its roots, and the harder it is to trace where it came from. And perhaps one day, we will learn what the people of Cahokia saw in the sky before they vanished, and where their path led them. If you enjoyed this journey into the shadows of the past, subscribe to the channel. Here you will always find stories rarely told in textbooks, but which change how we see the world. Leave a like if you want me to keep searching and uncovering forgotten mysteries. And in the comments, tell me, what do you think happened to the Black Crown of Cahokia? Perhaps one of you knows the truth.